For 6 years, the world descended into darkness. War, betrayal, destruction. Tens of millions perished. But among all the weapons, among all the armies, there was one man, just one, who changed the course of the war without firing a single bullet. Imagine an ordinary man. No military training, no government connections, not even living in the country he claimed to be spying on. A man who created 27 spies, all imaginary. And with them, he fooled Adolf Hitler, saved thousands of lives, and changed the course of the greatest war in history. His name was Juan Pujol Garcia, but in the world of espionage, he was known as Garbo.
Juan was born in Barcelona in 1912. He was an ordinary man, not a soldier, not a spy, just someone who hated totalitarianism.
During the Spanish Civil War, he witnessed atrocities on both sides, fascists, communists, all committing horrors. When the war ended, he was left with one clear thought. He didn't trust extremes, and he wanted to do something to stop Hitler. But how? He had no training, no weapons, just one idea. If the powerful lie to control the world, maybe he could lie to bring it peace.
From Barcelona to the shadows.
Juan tried to join the Allies. He wrote letters, pleaded. The answer? Silence. The British didn't take him seriously, so he did the unthinkable. He approached the enemy. He went to the German embassy, claimed he was a Nazi sympathizer, said he wanted to spy on Britain. The Abwehr, the German intelligence service, believed him. They gave him a code name, Arabelle, and a mission: infiltrate London. But Juan never went to London. From a modest hotel room in Lisbon, using British newspapers, train schedules, and tourist guides, he began sending fake reports. Detailed, plausible, impeccable. He was pretending to be a spy without ever setting foot in the UK. And the Germans believed everything.
In that hotel room, Garbo did something extraordinary. He created an entire network of spies, 27 agents with names, personalities, daily routines. One was a bus driver, another a disgruntled officer, a Welsh nationalist student, even a secretary and a priest. Garbo wrote reports from each one, signed them with different names. When one agent supposedly died in action, he asked the Germans for money to send to the widow. They sent it. They paid salaries, praised his efficiency. It was theater, but with real consequences. A lie so rich in detail, it sustained itself through sheer complexity.
The British find their greatest actor.
For 2 years, Garbo's fake reports poured into Berlin. But something started to catch MI5's attention. The Germans seemed too well informed, almost too accurate, but the details were just slightly off. It didn't add up. That's when they discovered him, and instead of arresting him, they recruited him. In 1942, Garbo flew to England. He was now an official double agent. His lies became coordinated, strategic. the British gave him a new codename, Garbo, in honor of the actress Greta Garbo, because, they said, no one could act better than him.
Operation Fortitude, a lie that changed the world.
The Allies were preparing the greatest military invasion in history, D-Day.
Agreed.
The Germans knew it was coming. The only question was, where? The real invasion would strike Normandy, but the Allies wanted Hitler to believe it would come through Pas-de-Calais. That was Operation Fortitude, a phantom army. Inflatable tanks, wooden planes, fake radio chatter. And at the heart of the deception was Garbo. For months, he sent messages to Berlin. False information, but always consistent. Always coming from his trusted and imaginary network. The night before D-Day, Garbo sent a crucial message. The invasion was happening, but, he warned, it was a distraction. The real attack, he insisted, was still to come at Calais. Hitler believed him.
Calais?
For weeks, entire German divisions remained in Calais, waiting for a second attack that never came. That delay gave the Allies the time they needed to break through Normandy. Garbo's lie helped liberate Europe. Soon after D-Day, the impossible happened. The Germans sent a message to Garbo. They believed he had warned them. They blamed the failure not on him, but on the field officers who had ignored his intelligence. And Garbo encouraged that belief. He sent angry reports, blaming local commanders for not following orders, for ruining months of careful work. And the Germans believed him. They awarded him the Iron Cross, one of Nazi Germany's highest honors. Weeks later, the British awarded him the Order of the British Empire. Garbo became, perhaps, the only man in history to receive medals from both sides of the war for lying. But he knew his time was up. He had fooled too many, knew too much. With M5's help, he faked his death in Angola in 1949 and disappeared. For decades, he lived quietly in Venezuela, sold books, raised a family, and never told anyone who he really was. Until the 1980s, when a writer named Nigel West found him. Garbo was alive, and his story was finally ready to be told.
Juan Pujol Garcia, Garbo, was perhaps the greatest illusionist of the 20th century. He never fired a gun, never stormed a beach, yet he fooled Hitler, saved lives, and vanished without asking for anything. His weapon was imagination, his method, deception, his goal, peace. In 1984, he returned to Normandy.
For the first time, he saw with his own eyes what his lies had helped protect. Among the white crosses, he understood that fiction had saved reality. Today, few know his name, but maybe we should. Because in a world of hate, fear, and propaganda, Garbo lied not to conquer, but to protect. And you? Would you lie to save the world?